It shatters and the magic seeps through and hits her directly. Theora!
Lives in a monochrome world, broken from the sight through her lonely eyes. It reflects the ocean and stars, but her cry echoes around the simple loss of love in her heart, making this whole fairy tale alive. Within sorrow's tender embrace, this was never meant to happen. The day, the only reason you have to stay. Hear me sing my song and just keep holding on. Cinderella, why don't you stay with me tonight? We will dance until midnight comes and we could run away. Oh, we will never ever be apart. Set aside all your fears, this magic lives inside of us. I am here, would you wanna stay with me tonight? Follow me, we will run across the bridge of fantasy. Oh, all the pain and sadness that you feel, believe in me, hold me close, don't ever let me go. Come and stay with me forever. Magic lives so long as I am here.
Sup guys, my name is Angielle and welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. So last where we left off, oh my god, Rod kissed us. He kissed us. But we now know the full consequences of Rod's curse. Vairika got married and everything, and Rod was gonna die, but there was a twist to it. We thought it was gonna be a good thing, but apparently it wasn't. Rod has to stab Vairika in order for his curse to break. That's another way to get his curse broken. And the entire time, Mitos was the witch. Didn't know that, huh? Well, now you do, and I hate him so much. First, he gained my respect, and then my respect has completely been lost. Theora did warn us, didn't she? Well, at least Alcaster is in jail, thrown in prison, because I hated his guts. Okay, alright, we're on the last chapter, guys. Pray that I got the good ending, and let's continue on, finally finishing Rod's route. I stop in my tracks when I see Sir Mitos standing just in front of the main door to the throne room. He looks at me expectantly as I approach. Sir Mitos? Good evening, Your Highness. Such a lovely night tonight, isn't it? Only half an hour left before you will turn 18. Do not forget our deal, Princess. Come midnight, and I will be requesting your aid in exchange for helping the prince break his curse. I clench my hands into tight fists. Helping the prince break his curse? Rod killing someone is not what I wanted! Sir Mitos puts a finger to his lips. You wouldn't want to attract the attention of the knights, would you? There would be quite a bit of explaining to do then. I glare at him, taking a deep breath and lower my voice. You did not tell me that breaking Rod's curse meant killing someone. Oh, but I am only honoring my end of the deal. Perhaps you should have done your research before agreeing. The grin on his lips never wavers, but I can see the amusement in his eyes. Man, fuck you! I relied entirely on the story Emelaigne told me, and that was my biggest mistake. I should have read the full fairy tale. But now it seems you finally know the full story of the princess fairy tale, To break his curse, Prince Rod must kill his beloved with the knife his sister had brought him, just like in the fairy tale. Sir Mitos continues to smile at me. I realize that he is speaking slowly, like one might speak to a child. So consenting. No. Wait. I start to realize that Sir Mitos is purposefully drawing out this conversation to stall me. I need to go. Mitos does not stop me when I slide past him to open the doors to the throne room. The first thing I see when I enter the throne room is Rod. He is standing in the middle of the area with Emelaigne in his arms. Is she alright? Rod gently places Emelaigne on the throne. He leans down to look more closely at her sleeping face. Then he reaches down to take the object in her hand before he faces me. I can see the metallic glimmer in his hand, and know that he is holding the knife Emelaigne brought with her. Where did she even get this knife? He pauses to stare at it, then turns suddenly, eyes widening at some sight in another part of the room. I follow his gaze to the corner of the room, where Vairika floats in midair. Her eyes are closed and her hands clasped, as if she is just sleeping. Run, please, no! Vairika? But how? Such a pleasant surprise, isn't it? Sir Mitos walks into the room with his hands clasped behind his back. You! Good evening, Your Highness. Is this your doing? Sir Mitos just smiles at him pleasantly. Rod only glares back at him. Guards! Sir Mitos clicks his tongue and chuckles. My apologies, Your Highness, but no one would be able to hear you no matter how loud you shout. Oh fuck, he glamored the entire room so nobody could hear. Shit. Not even your witch friend will hear anything through my magic. He knows the Laura is here. I glance around the room and notice that Sir Mitos has created his silent green barrier. This is the same magic he used yesterday. Now, let us get back to the matter at hand. You are running out of time, Prince Rod. It would be a shame to see you perish here after the princess went through the trouble of asking me to save your life. Rano, what is he talking about? The princess didn't want you to die, so she asked me to help break your curse. But I didn't know the consequences! Shut up! Sir Mitos spreads his arms, gesturing toward both Emelaigne and Vairika. And so I've been kind enough to set the stage and gather us actors for what I hope to be a wonderful finale. I can't help but wonder how this fairy tale will end. Why would you do this, Rana? I did not know it meant killing Vairika. I swear. That is why I came here, to stop you. I told you so many times that there was nothing you could do to help me, and yet you still refused to listen to me. Because I refused to let you die. Can you not see that you are important to me, Rod? Oh my, what a scandal. You know what? Shut up. Shut your mouth and go stand in the corner. Go stand in a trash can where you belong. Because you're trash. Rana. I turned to Sir Mitos and stared daggers at him. I asked you to help, Rod. Why did you have to involve Emelaigne in this? It was a necessary requirement that the princess be the one to give him the knife, Your Highness. It was, after all, the mermaid's sister that brought her the knife to kill her beloved. So that's how she knew about all of this. She came here crying and begging me to break my curse because she didn't want me to die. I almost wanted to do it. But I could never kill someone. That is why I will always refuse to break my curse. Even if I really want to live. Perhaps I miscalculated. Ah well, this can be remedied. Sir Mitos waves his hand. His fingers begin to glow subtly with magic. What are you doing this time? What are you? Ugh! Rod! A faint green glow surrounds Rod as he doubles over. What are you doing to him? What I should have done to begin with. The witch who cursed him said that he must do this of his own accord, but seeing as he refuses, I'm going to have to bend the rules slightly. No! Rod stands abruptly and begins walking toward Vairika. The knife in his hand glistens beneath the patches of scattered moonlight in the room. Princess, he's going to kill Vairika! Stop this, Sir Mitos! Where is the Laura when we need her? I run toward Rod and wrap my arms around his waist in an attempt to stop him. But whether through magic or his own strength, he continues onward. I end up being dragged behind him. Oh, well, that's nice. Rod, snap out of it! Rod! I must kill her. His gaze is so glassy and his words so mechanical that he sounds nothing like himself. No! Mitos, stop this! I'm ending our deal! My apologies, Your Highness, but not even I can dispel my magic once it has been casted. It will only fade of its own volition once what needs to be done has transpired. That, or perhaps, in the most unlikely circumstances, the prince will simply shake the spell himself. Though Mitos' words are apologetic, his expression is anything but. In fact, he looks amused by it all. Man, go sit in the trash can where you belong, because you're trash just like Sal. Not so fast. Okay, who's that? Please. Yes! Delora! Please. A crimson ball of light rushes toward Mitos. He waves his hand through the air and is barely able to conjure a shield to protect himself from Delora's magic. Yes! Delora! It wasn't exactly easy to find you all, especially with the silencing spell. Such a nuisance. That is not important. Help me stop Rod! Frost slowly appears beneath Rod's feet. It spreads up his legs, freezing him in place. I sigh with relief as I collapse on the floor. My arms are sore with the effort of trying to hold Rod back. Mitos clicks his tongue as he faces Delora. I don't believe you were invited to this play, traitor. No! Light gathers around Mitos' hand. Moments later, he releases the energy towards her. Delora, in turn, conjures a barrier, successfully protecting herself from Mitos' magic. I always did fancy myself a party crasher. Still, to think that you were alive this whole time. Myth. Myth? His real name. He is one of the Tenenbaum Bearer's servants. And he liked her too, so that explains a lot. This person was my mother's servant? Allow me to correct you. I am her only faithful servant. I am nothing like that ungrateful bastard who betrayed her to the fairies. Who is he talking about? Delora, of course. Well, whatever it is you're planning, forget about it. There's no way we're letting you get away with it. Oh, well, do try your best. But first, a reminder. Oh, fuck. No, my throat! I'm the superior witch here. Energy crackles in the air as sparks begin to form around his hand. This spell is taking longer than his other spells. I notice Delora's worry moments before she is able to cast a shield on herself. This is not good. Mitos releases the bolt of lightning in Delora's direction. Ah! The impact causes both the shield and the ground to shudder. Delora! The smoke clears and miraculously, Delora stands unharmed. Yes! No sooner has a sigh escaped my lips that another frightening sound echoes across the room. Oh shit! There's a loud crack, and I realize that it is coming from Delora's shield. Delora, no! Everything after that happens in a blur. Delora is still trying to hold the shield up when Mitos casts another spell at it. It shatters, and the magic seeps through and hits her directly. Delora! Well, she said too. Really now, have you forgotten the most important lesson in defense magic? Always conjure another shield after being hit by a powerful spell. Oral, I do apologize. Perhaps I did not give you enough time to cast another shield? How thoughtless of me. Delora lays on the floor, unmoving. Delora, no! I'm about to rush to her side when Mitos moves to stand in front of me with a malicious grin on his face. It will do you no good to be in denial, princess. How could you? How could you hurt another witch? It is not a crime to destroy a traitor. He looks back at Delora with clear disdain. Then he sets his eyes back on me and raises his eyebrow. It is foolish of you to try to stop this. You wanted this, and I will not allow you to renege on our deal. The prince will break his curse, and you will help me. Help you. Yes, I went to great pains to make sure Alcaster kept you safe, just so you could repay me. You said that you made a deal with Alcaster to borrow the knight's assistance. And what would I need the knight's assistance for, dear princess? I never needed the knights. I just needed Alcaster to keep you safe. I would have gotten rid of him myself if I wasn't sure the king would eventually find me. So this whole time you were only trying to keep me safe. To use me? Use is such a simple, ugly word. Remember, I just want to help. I just want you to help me. Princess! I turn around and realize that the Lora's spell on Rod has faded and that he's now only a few feet away from Viorica. No! Rod! I force myself to run toward him as fast as I can manage. I will not let you kill anyone! I do not know what I must do to stop him, so I do the first thing that comes to mind. I put myself between Rod and Viorica just as he is about to plunge the knife into her. Princess! Oh god. Oh, well, that's great. My body is racked with pain the moment the blade sinks into my shoulder. Are you for real? Please don't. I collapse to the floor and hold on to my injured shoulder. I can feel my blood seeping between my fingers. Fuck. No. You fool. You could have easily been killed. I do not care. I love Rod and would never let him do something that he would regret for the rest of his life. I cringe. Tears cloud my vision as the pain worsens. Rena! I feel Rod's arms around me as he cradles me to his chest. I look up at him to see that his eyes are fixed on my bleeding shoulder. Rod looks at me with anguish. He grabs a handkerchief from his pocket and presses it to my shoulder. I can't believe I did this. I stare in shock as his lips move. It is not Sebi speaking, but him. Your voice. You broke your curse. But how? A bright light envelops us, and for a few moments I have to close my eyes against its brightness. I reach out to grab at my necklace, but it is gone. I open my eyes in panic, but the necklace is definitely not there. We broke our curse! Rena, the glass slippers! I glanced down to see a pair of smooth glass slippers on my feet. We did it! We broke our curse! You broke your curse by breaking mine. But how? I'm confused! I hear the sound of a shattering glass and turn to see Mitos staring at a broken vial. What is that? Frost has begun to form at his feet and is now spreading up his legs. What is happening? Yes! Always have a backup, as they say. Seems like you're the one who forgot the basics of combat. Oh my god, I'm happy right now! Never turn your back on an opponent unless you're sure that they're dead. Your bloated ego does wonders in turning the tide of battle. Delora is now back on her feet and walking toward Mitos. She dusts off her dress as she moves. Delora, is unharmed? You! But how? Did you really think I'd forget to conjure another shield? The frost has now made its way up to Mitos' neck. Inconceivable! A lowly witch like you could never cast this powerful a spell. Delora gestures at the glass shards on the floor. That's where Parfait's new special potion comes in handy. It makes my magic more powerful. The second most basic lesson is to never underestimate your opponent. Looks like you were the terrible pupil. Mitos opens his mouth to speak, or perhaps to scream, but by the time he opens his mouth, the frost has completely devoured him, leaving him nothing but an icy sculpture. Ha! Fuck you. Delora, Rena is... Has her bleeding stopped? I think so. I cannot make out what they say after that. My world starts spinning and everything starts to blur, so I close my eyes. I feel Delora's hand on my forehead. The warmth relaxes me somewhat. We got you, Princess. Hang in there, Rena. My body becomes heavier by the second as I lean my head against Rod's chest. And then I feel myself falling into never-ending darkness. Oh, good. When I open my eyes, the first thing I see are the soft rays of sunlight seeping through the window. I am in my own room? I attempt to sit up and cringe when I felt a sharp pain on my shoulder. I reach out to touch it, but only to realize that it has been neatly bandaged. Despite the injury, my body feels oddly light, stronger than it ever was before. I remember. I placed myself in front of Vyrika to stop Rod from hurting her. Well, where did this energy come from? The door opens and Emelaigne walks in with a tray of food in her hands. She stops when she realizes that I am staring at her, and nearly drops the tray in her rush to stand beside me. Rena, you're finally awake! I was so worried about you. I'm so sorry. This was all my fault. What are you talking about? It was mine, not yours. I remember bringing the knife to Rod, but I can't remember much of what happened before or after that. Just that when I woke up in the throne room, I saw that you were bleeding in Rod's arms. I thought you were going to... The rest of Emelaigne's words break to pieces as she begins to cry. I'm so sorry for forgetting about you. I made you work too hard while you were my personal maid and... I shake my head with a sigh. It was not your fault I was cursed, Emelaigne. But... I look at her tear-stained face. She was not at fault, yet here she is crying. She really is a good person. I spread my arms. Rana? I turn away, suddenly embarrassed. You look like you needed a hug. Aww! Emelaigne stares at me for a few moments. I'm about to reconsider when I suddenly feel her arms around me. I'm so happy. I hug her back and stroke her hair. I cannot help but smile at the warmth that spreads in my chest. This is so cute! Oh, thank you. Emelaigne pulls back, her face full of concern. What will happen to you and Rod now? I saw how close the two of you got, and I saw how Rod looked at you last night. Wait, last night? So today is my birthday and the day I become the bearer. Is that the reason I feel so strangely energized? Oh! Emelaigne walks up to one of my doll's shelves and picks up the doll she had placed there months ago. Happy birthday! I meant to give this to you earlier as a surprise before you were... cursed. Anyway, I know it's not as pretty as the other dolls from your collection, but I hope that you like it. It is beautiful. Thank you. I take the doll in my arms and as a knock sounds on the door. Come in. Rod! The door opens and Rod steps inside. His eyes widen when he sees Emelaigne. Em? Oh, I was just about to leave. Emelaigne slides off of my bed and heads for the door, but before she closes it, she turns to us once again. I know how complicated this will be for the both of you, but I want you to know that I will support you. So my lips are sealed. Emelaigne winks before finally closing the door behind her. Oh my god, I love her! There's an awkward silence in the room before Rod approaches me and sits on the edge of the bed. How are you feeling? It still hurts, but I will be fine. What's wrong? I'm just not used to hearing your voice from your own lips. Oh. But I see that you still have Sebi with you. I've grown too fond of him to completely set him aside. He's helped me through a lot. Bummer I can't read his thoughts anymore. Aw. There was never any need for you to do that in the first place. Is that so? Rod shakes his head and sighs silently. So what happened last night? How is that you were able to break your curse? You did not kill Viorica. In the original fairy tale, the Little Mermaid could return her humanity only if the prince loved her back. Though it never happens in the fairy tale, it is still an element of her curse. But still, because the prince never fell in love with her, the only way for the mermaid to live was to kill him. I fell in love with you unknowingly. When you told me you loved me as well last night, that broke my curse. See, I had a feeling that was us because of us. It's just like Claude! He turns into a beast when he loves somebody, and if that person can't love him back, his curse won't break. Unless that person loves him back, then his curse will break. Oh my god, this is sad! I feel my cheeks turn warm. Rod coughs, his own cheeks flushed. So there you have it. The Little Mermaid never had a fairy tale ending, but I did. I never had to kill Viorica. But because my curse started with Viorica, I assumed it had to end with her too. It turns out that the person I loved just needed to love me back. I was mistaken. It never needed to be Viorica. I see. We stare at each other for a few moments, the awkward silence returning. I change the subject as quickly as I can. What became of Sir Mitos? Theora brought him back to Lady Parfait. She is the one who will properly punish him. Yeah! Karma bites you in the ass, too, doesn't it, Mitos? And what of Viorica? Theora returned her to her home safe yesterday. She does not remember anything that happened. Everything is back to how it was then? You are back to being my stepbrother? I cannot help but feel crestfallen at this truth. Blood binds, but so do sibling bonds. Rod and I can never have what either of us want. don't want to forget these feelings I have for you, Rena. If I had never made that deal with the witch, then maybe we might actually have been able to be together. But had you not been cursed, our paths would never have been crossed. I reach for Rod's hand. He laces his fingers through mine with a small smile. I love you, Rod. I love you too. But Rod leans forward and kisses my cheek. Oh my god, this is sad and sweet! I know. 1 month later, well, ever since I broke my curse and became the new Tumblr bearer, I have been training under Parfait and Dolores so that I can learn to control my newfound powers. I never wanted this responsibility, but it is a burden I was born into. It is necessary that I help maintain the balance between light and dark that has been missing for so long. Now that I am the new Tumblr bearer, Parfait wants the two of us to work together in maintaining that peace. I do not wish to cause any pain or suffering to the people, especially to the people whom I cherish. Is that the same dress she wore in the prologue? Because I completely forgot what she wore in the prologue. Sometimes I still wonder what Sir Mitos wanted me to do for him, but that is not important anymore. I still have much to learn, but right now, as the new bearer, my priority is to get rid of the Fairytale Curse once and for all. For the time being, everyone at the marching waits patiently for the day that I will learn to lift our curses. Since everything transpired, my relationship with Ophelia and Emelaigne has improved. Emelaigne is fond of calling me the best sister, even though I am the only one she has. She's cute. My relationship with the king, however, has yet to be mended. I am doing my best to open up to him and to give him a chance, but the efforts are slow going. I do not ask why he acted the way he did in the past. I know that in order to move forward, I must let go of the past. It is finally time. I have been waiting for this all day. Oh, what's this? I head back into my room to change my dress into something less conspicuous. Afterwards, I head out into town and into the forest for my designated meeting. Oh? It is a relief the king allows me to leave the palace on my own. I would not have been able to come here with guards. I guess me being the Tumblr bearer puts him at ease. If the title reassures him and allows me to come out here on my own to meet Rod, then... Oh my god, we're meeting Rod in secret! I'm sorry, I'm very cheesy with these kind of romance stories where they meet in secret. Except Romeo and Juliet. I don't like Romeo and Juliet that much. But any other love story where people love each other and have to meet in secret because of consequences, I kind of like that because, you know, you're taking a risk. I like taking risks too. Then, I am not complaining. Rod still uses the secret passage he has always used to sneak out of the palace. Emelaigne knows about our secret meetings and helps cover for our disappearances if necessary. Emelaigne, you're the best! It makes me happy that Emelaigne approves of our relationship, that we do not have to keep it secret from absolutely everyone. At first, Rod and I both attempted to keep our distance without making it seem too obvious to everyone around us. Though Ophelia seems to suspect something is going on between the two of us, she has not asked questions. Emelaigne was not happy with our decision. She said she felt terrible that we would be forced to let go of something so precious on account of our titles. She was right. More than that, it was difficult for the two of us to deny our feelings for each other. In the end, we came up with a solution, even if it is temporary. We decided to secretly meet up in the forest every once in a while so that we could be together without any pretenses. Even just for a little while. When I catch sight of Rod, I run toward him and throw my arms around his neck. I feel Rod snuggle his face in the crook of my neck. May I have this dance? Oh my god! This is adorable! I take Rod's hand and begin dancing to a silent song. The first time I danced with him, it was to prove a point. I remember that. It was when neither of us even liked each other. I remember this as I stare at him. What? Is there something on my face? I was just remembering how much you hated me back then. And now, here we are. Fate sure loves to toy with us. I smile at Rod. Just for a little longer. I want to be by his side. I do not know how long we can keep this up, but every day I wish for the same thing. I wish that I can live my life openly loving Rod. I wonder, would that dream ever be possible? that's it. That's Rod's route. Oh my god. I'm happy that I got the good ending, okay? But at the same time, it's really sad. You guys were right. The ending is sad because they have to keep their love a secret, especially since they're stepbrother and stepsister, which I still kind of find awkward. But my opinion on Rod has changed. I do like Rod more. I like him more. Like, you know, in Mystic Messenger, Yusung, the cute one. Even though he's nothing like Yusung in a way, he's kind of silent and stuff. I feel like he's cute in that way, confessing his feelings and stuff. But he acts like 7. 707. He kind of acts like 707 with his behavior. Like, he pushed us away when we started liking him. He was toying with us, then he pushed us away, and then we brought him back. That's basically kind of what happened in here. But I did enjoy Rod's route as much as I hate to admit it. I was still awkward with the whole romancing stepbrother thing, but I'm a little more comfortable with it now. The good ending was really good because at least they're together, but it's sad that they have to keep it a secret. But I'm really happy she made up with Emelaigne. I'm really happy she's with Rod. I'm really happy that his curse is broken and he did not die. Oh my god, the kiss. This is the best moment ever. And Sebi, oh my god, Sebi was just being a total wingman, and I loved it. I loved this whole entire route, okay? I really did. Oh gosh, I can't. This route was a ride though. I went from hating Rod to liking Rod a little bit more. But I'm sorry, Claude is still my favorite. I'm sorry, but I gotta do the other routes too. So, thank you for playing. You're welcome. You're welcome for playing Rod's route this time. Alright, look, there's Rod's face right there. Oh my god, he's adorable. He's adorable, but I still love Claude. Okay, I love Claude that way. Okay. Alright, so we're done with Rod's route. I gave my review on it. I didn't like Rod at first because he was kind of pushing us away, but I understand because we were never really, you know, on the same path because we were so cold-hearted towards him and his family. But since then, he slowly grew onto us. I grew onto him. He was being so adorable. Sebi was being a wingman. I loved Sebi throughout this entire game. and Rod was being so cute when Sebi was, like, you know, admitting stuff that was on Rod's mind. And it surprised me, too. That kiss surprised me more than anything, honestly. But, yeah, I really liked Rod's route. So, that means, you know what this means, right? We completed 2 routes, which means that Waltz's route and Fritz's route has been unlocked. But we still have Rumple. Let's not forget that. So, I will leave a link to a poll in the description below. Who should we romance next? Rumple, Fritz, or Waltz? Or wait. Oh wait, I mistaken myself. I forgot. I heard that Waltz might actually be the true route for this whole entire game. So what happens is that I will do Waltz's route last, since he's the canon route of this game. Or so I've heard. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna change that. Who do you want me to romance next? Rumple or Fritz? I like them both, but I really want to romance Fritz. But I'll let you guys decide who I should romance next. Waltz will be left for last. So I hope you guys make a decision. Either route is fine. I love both guys, even though Rumple is a total flirt. But I would love to get to know him more. But yeah. Who should we romance next? Rumple or Fritz? Then if you choose either one, then I'll do the other route, then I'll finally finish Waltz, and then we'll be done with this game. Sadly, I love this game way too much. So yeah, go to the poll that'll be in the description below and vote on who we should romance next. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you guys would like to see more of my videos, then click subscribe. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!